Dopamine's killing you, brother. It's killing you as a man. Those spikes, those hits of dopamine that you were receiving every time a notification goes off, anytime you're on your phone, anytime you're looking at certain content, those spikes of dopamine are going off in your brain, dude. My brother, it is ruining you as a man. And then you want to claim that you have no motivation. No motivation. You're like, I'm not motivated today. And then you don't do things. You don't do the minuscule things that it takes to go towards your goals, right? You're not. And I'll give you the one reason for that. The reason that you can't go after your goals when you're not motivated is because you lack discipline. There's motivation, and then there's discipline. Right? And when you aren't disciplined, you're chasing dopamine. Right? And you're not getting the serotonin, the dopamine mixture that comes from doing things that make you successful. You know, when you go for a run and you're done, you finish that run, there's nothing more successful. No better dopamine, serotonin spike, nothing. Nothing's going to compare to when you finish a hard job. When you finish something that you felt like you couldn't do before. You know, something worth doing, even making your bed. Don't pick up your phone without making your bed. Listen, and I'm not a hypocrite, but I've been in your shoes. I've been in your shoes, right? As a young man, it is so hard, especially in our generation, to not chase ass. You know what I mean? To not chase like money and weed and all these worldly like glorifications that we have, because it's right there on our phone. You wake up and go on your phone and that's all you see, you know? So I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not your fault, because it is. And you've been put in this position by other people, by society. You've been put in this position as a man by society to live this way. And I am telling you right now, you are the only person who can pull yourself out of this hole. You know? And if you're struggling and you're depressed and you're going through things, understand this, brother. One, depression is not a real thing. We talked about that on the previous video on how to become a stoic. Correct? Depression is not real. That's your first mistake. And two, if you're sad, you got to think about it like the weather. You're asking yourself to grow, but a little rain comes to help you grow, and you're crippling. You're drowning in the rain instead of using it to grow. You know, you have a dark cloud over you, my brother. You have a dark cloud right over your head. And you're like, oh shit. And you're just staring right up. And you're like, oh no, it's a dark cloud. It's raining on me. I'm going to sit here and drown. Not knowing that rain is making you stronger to go see the light where there is no clouds and it's a blue sky. You're giving up under the dark cloud and you're not pushing on. And that sickens me, man. That sickens me. It scares me. And the only reason I come on here and talk about my life and talk about this kind of advice is because I've worked my ass off in the last 4 or 5 years to pull myself out of this depressive state that I was holding myself in. I was holding myself in this state of depression to justify me not doing anything with my life. You know, I'm not doing anything with my life because I'm depressed. That is a toxic, terrible way to live your life. You know? There's no way out of it, and it will eat you alive. I can give you some books, you know? I can give you some podcasts to listen. Hell, I can tell you things that have helped me out of these holes. But unless you take action and actually get out of bed when you set that alarm, when that alarm goes off and you get out of bed, unless you do stuff like that, unless you do the thing where you're like, hey, I'm going to go for a run tomorrow, unless you go for that run, unless you take the cold shower, unless you go to the gym, unless you eat healthy, unless you do all these steps, unless you journal, unless you pray to God and talk to Him throughout the day, I can't help you. You know? Trust me, if I could, I would drag you out of bed when that alarm goes off. I've done that for some friends. But I can't do that. All I can come on here and do is talk to you directly, right? This is the best we've got. I can come on here and help young men with my voice, with my voice, and I can help young men become the best version of themselves. Because if I don't, God gave me this voice. God gave me the power and the personality and the strength in the turmoil, in the dark clouds, in the rain to strengthen me. He's given me these gifts to be a teacher, to be a leader, to help young men who are in my position become the fullest version of themselves. And if I'm not doing that, I'm disrespecting myself and I'm disrespecting God. There's lots of turmoil in this life, and I understand that. I've been there. But you have two options. You can sit there and cry and whine and go the needy little bitchy route, or you can become a man of God, a stoic. You can listen to my words, absorb them. Listen to other people's words and absorb them. You know what I mean? Find a mentor, find a coach, find somebody, find a good, solid dude to follow. There's so many weak men out there. Me and my buddy Nigel, we were out yesterday and we grabbed some food after the gym, right? Before we came and recorded our podcast. We were in a parking lot and we saw a woman carrying dog food. A big heavy bag of dog food. We saw a woman come out, carry a big bag of dog food, and we didn't think anything of it. Honestly, me and him didn't know the woman. We were about to park the car and go help this woman, right? 2 seconds later, I see Nigel like this. He can't believe what he's seeing. And I'm looking at him like, dude, what are you looking at, right? I turn my head, and I kid you not, I see her husband sitting in the car, smoking a cigarette, with the door open, watching his wife carry this bag of dog food. Is that the man you want to be? Is that the father, the husband, the partner, the man, the business owner that you want to be, the son that you want to be? What kind of man are you? You gotta look at yourself, you gotta meditate, you gotta manifest, you gotta find who you are and you speak that motherfucker into existence. Because I'm telling you right now, I was a weak, scared, skinny kid who had no hope, nothing. But the one thing I had was myself. I had God who showed me a path to lead myself out of that hole. Yes, I had loved ones. But nobody was able to get across to me until God came in and showed me the man in the mirror, and I didn't like what I saw. And now I'm here preaching to you about how to dig yourself out of this hole. And I'm not talking to you any other way that I would talk to a friend that I love and care about. I can give you the podcast, I can give you the books, I can do all these things, I can give you the information, but unless you get out of bed when that alarm goes off and take that cold shower that you said you would take and go for that run that you said you would go for, unless you are a man of your word, I can't help you. Nobody can help you. No Instagram mentor, no YouTuber, no drop shipper, no mentor, none of these guys can help you, including myself. No coach can help you, including myself, unless you do the work, right? All I can do is give you the small habits from what I have learned over the years of becoming the man that I am today, right? With that being said, God bless you. Thank you for watching the whole video, and I hope you come back tomorrow, because we are posting one of these every single day, and I just want to have a conversation with you, right? My Instagram will be in the bottom, and if you have anything you want to talk about, you DM me right away, and I will get back to you instantly. What are you doing? Were you not listening? Get off your phone. Stop letting dopamine kill you as a man. Get off your phone. Go read a book.